Hi folks, I wanted to record this today. I'm really angry about all the lies that we've been told since we were children, that being in a plane is the most safest form of transport on the planet. And the fact of the matter is that's a complete lie. And this is a tribute to all those people who've lost their lives over the past year in horrific plane crashes. I've gone through just briefly the amount of plane crashes that we have every year, and I've only just sort of started to think about this. When I was a child, if there was a plane crash, it was like a major tragedy. Last year, there seemingly were great plane crashes. There was that plane that disappeared, the Malaysian Airlines flight 370, a Boeing 777, where 239 people just completely disappeared, and the plane's not been found, and that was way back in March. And before that, even in the beginning of the year, there was another plane crash which nobody seemed to sort of know about. There was 18 people killed, but still significant. Every single life is lost in the air, is or on the ground, or whatever it is to do with a plane is significant. And then massively, we see that plane shot down over the Ukraine where 298 people are killed, and you're just thinking, and it goes on, and it just goes on, and then there's a plane crash over bloody Algeria, and more people are killed, and then there's there's the Indonesian flight 8501 when there's 162 people killed. Anyway, it's just lists of plane disasters, and then suddenly today, as we all hear, 150 people die. We're told over the Alps, okay, on an Airbus A320. These numbers, plane numbers, no mean nothing to me, right? Just boring off numbers. But the fact of the matter is, being in the air, it seems so helpless, okay? I was saying to somebody on a plane today, right, that it's just like, you know, how is it they're able to get a tin can to fly in the air, which is unbelievable, right? It's a miracle that you're able to get a chunk of metal in the air and to be able to fly it, right? And there's no miracle then that there are so few safety standards, seemingly now, that you go up in a plane and, you know, and there's a high probability now than ever before that you're going to die, okay? I thought it was safe to be in the air, but no, it's no longer safe to be in the air, okay? You go on a plane, right, and all that stuff about people saying, oh, if the lights come on and a mask comes down, you put it over your mouth, or if you crash in the sea, make sure you take all your fucking high heels off and sharp objects behind, and you can gently just jump into the sea in a boat. It's absolute crap, okay? Put your fucking bloody life thingamajig on, right? And they tell you all this, and they give you all instructions on the plane how to live. It's absolute crap, okay? It's absolute rubbish that you're gonna survive, okay? If anything goes wrong with a plane, you're gonna die, okay? That's it. And I'm getting so pissed off with this. It wouldn't happen with a car. The point is, right, this isn't sort of scaremongering, right? The point is if you were in a car, right, and cars acted like this, that, you know, if you have an accident, you're going to die, right? Cars would be made illegal, right? Okay? The safety standards of the car, if you have an accident in a car, the likelihood is that you're going to survive. Okay, end of story. Okay? high probability you're going to survive. Anything goes wrong with the plane, there's a high probability you're going to die. Okay? So what I'm trying to get across, right, is this. Why is it, right, after all these years since the Wright brothers, okay, well over 100 years, that they haven't invented something that will give you a very high likelihood that you're going to survive in the air, okay? Surely by now they would have come up with something, right? After all these years of flying, somebody would have come up with a way that if anything goes wrong with a plane up in the air, there must be a way you're going to be able to survive. But no, the safety standards must be so low that you've got this huge high probability that you're going to die, okay? So my hats go off to all these people that have died today, and it's horrific what their families are feeling. But now we should suddenly start to come up with ideas and solutions to flying, okay? To flight, to be able to survive in the air. There's got to be a way. They should be investing, not many inventing new planes, but many in inventing ways that you will be able to survive in the situation that something happens to your plane. Okay? Little bit of hope. February this year, a plane crashes in a river in Taiwan. Okay? Okay, there were 58 people on that aircraft. 16 people lived. That's brilliant. That's a miracle. Okay? Same thing happens August last year, that a flight in Iran, right, crashes, and out of the 48 people, still 9 people survive. Okay, now, but on the big aircraft, nobody lives. So this isn't scaremongering, right? For all those people who have lost their lives over the past year, they must now start investing money in safer ways of flying, ways of making you feel safe in the air, and also there's got to be ways of surviving these things. Okay, there must be ways up in the air, right? The two examples that I've just given, okay, were in a crash shortly after takeoff, right? And there happened to be a river, and it crashes in the river, right? But all the other examples are huge aircraft, right? And nobody ever survives. And the point is, why don't they survive? There's got to be somebody researching this now. And next time I go on a plane, I want to know that if something goes wrong with the plane when I'm thousands of meters up, there's going to be a high probability that I'm going to live, not a high probability that I'm going to die. Let's have your views, everybody. Thanks for listening.